All right, good morning again. We are going to, for the last time, be reading from this Choices magazine. Once again, it says May 2020. Flip it to the side and you'll see that it is volume 35, issue number 8. Today I will be reading to you Speaking Up for Unheard Voices. And Speaking Up for Unheard Voices is found on pages 22 and 23 and 24. It is a short read. And then after we read, you will have your double-sided worksheet. All right, speaking up for unheard voices. Naomi Wadler is fighting to get attention for all activists. The inspiration. In February 2018, Naomi Wadler was horrified by the news of a shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Like students across the country, Naomi, then 11, wanted to do something to protest gun violence. Then her mom showed her a small article about Cortland Arlington, an African-American high school student in Birmingham, Alabama, who'd recently been fatally shot. The article didn't really get any attention, and that sparked something in my mind, Naomi says. She decided her protest should have an even bigger message, one that would raise awareness of the African-American girls and women too often left out of the headlines about gun violence. The action. Naomi and her friend Carter Anderson staged a walkout at their elementary school in Alexandria, Virginia, to commemorate the 1-month anniversary of the Parkland shooting. Like students and many other schools, Naomi, Carter, and more than 60 other students silently protested for 17 minutes, 1 minute for each victim of the shooting. But Naomi and her classmates extended their protest, adding an extra minute for Cortland. After the 18-minute protest attracted news coverage, Naomi was invited to speak at the March for Our Lives in Washington, D.C. I am here today to represent the African-American girls whose stories don't make the front page of every national newspaper, Naomi said, dedicating her speech to victims of gun violence who are simply statistics instead of vibrant, beautiful girls full of potential. The outcome? Naomi's speech went viral, and she's since appeared on talk shows and magazine covers. This January, she was part of an international group of teen activists invited to the World Economic Forum's conference in Davos, Switzerland, where business leaders and politicians gathered to discuss international issues. News coverage of the event exemplified the problem of underrepresentation. Naomi continues to fight. Vanessa Nakate, a Black climate activist from Uganda, was cropped out of a photo by the Associated Press, leaving 4 white activists in the image. I know what it's like to watch as our people are silenced, Naomi tweeted, adding, Black girls are not heard. Today, Naomi advocates for underrepresented activists, such as African-American clean drinking water advocate Madi Kopany of Flint, Michigan. But her ultimate goal is to bring attention to all people whose stories are unheard. I think what my message has evolved into, she says, is how can I give voice to those who can't speak for themselves? What is underrepresentation? Let's look at that in the yellow box. Underrepresentation is insufficient representation of a group. At Davos, Naomi said, there are so many activists of color fighting for their voices to be heard, knowing that they don't have an equal chance at gaining that attention. Naomi's fighting the underrepresentation of teen activists of color. And then let's look at 24. If you would like to get involved, here's the Act Now, Fight for Representation. There's the original photo. There's the cropped photo. When we look at the news, we see the white kids who are speaking out, but Black and brown kids are saying the exact same thing and not being heard or getting any attention. We must fight until our stories are heard. Be critical of the media. When you read or watch the news, consider who's being represented and who's being left out. Open yourself to new ideas. Follow an activist from a different culture than your own on social media. If you see something interesting, share it. Use your platform. For example, if your editor of your school paper invites someone whose voice is unheard to write an editorial. That concludes our reading for today. And you will now be doing the double-sided worksheet. Once again, I hope you all are doing well, that you're all healthy, staying safe. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.